Hello, everyone. I'm very lucky to have here an expert on an issue that matters to all of us. That issue is medical technology or Medtech. Now, I haven't had any person come and speak about it, so I'm very happy to hear today from Aditya Kumar. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Aditya.
Thanks, Professor Mathur, for this opportunity, uh, for inviting me on this fantastic program. So, to begin with, I'll take the audience to my journey where it started. Let's start with my engineering background. So, I come from uh, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology. It's not an IIT or an IIM. So, it's a sub-premier college, but I'm here for those students specifically who think that if not into IIT, then what we are going to do with our life. So when I entered my engineering college, the first thing which I learned foremost was how to study. Because I think in the Indian education system, how to study is lost somewhere in the race of marks in the mark sheets. So, and in my stint with KIT University, where which is my alma mater, I also found that there are professors who are there to support you. They will give you a platform, but it's up to the student and the individual that how you utilize that platform. So I was very fortunate to be guided with few of the professors there, like Professor Tripathi and Dr. Kar, who helped me in identifying my potential strength areas and areas of improvement as well. So after this, I entered corporate sector. So in India, if you are from computer science background, you easily get into IT sector and technology oriented sector based on softwares. But you will be surprised, and you must be knowing also that almost all engineering students are consumed into IT sector as well. But when I had a chance to opt for a sector, me and a group of friends were very adamant that, okay, we are from mechanical automotive engineering. We are going to get into mechanical automotive companies or organizations only because we love core. So the first lesson which I learned at that point of time was never get adamant with one technology or one approach, because this is a dynamic changing world. Take example of Nokia, which failed without adapting to a newer platform or a newer version of the software or Android that we know all today. So this also happens with humans. So when you are at the very nascent stage of your career, you think that I will make a career in a particular uh, sector or I'll follow a particular path. But what I advise or follow is, let's be flexible, because flexibility is something which you will also appreciate with your life and work when you grow together as a leader. Uh, because there is no hard and fast rule of one shirt fits all. So I this is why I focus more on flexibility during the start of your career. And it's not only about making a career in a particular sector, but it's also about understanding different sectors, which you gives you an experience to different facets of the technology. You will be exposed to uh, IT software, how these are being intersected together to come up with new solutions to like gigantic problems of the world. So this is what my first lesson was when I graduated and entered a corporate world. And unfortunately or fortunately, I landed up in a role which was program management and business development. Being a technical guy, landing a first job there was again a challenging thing for me. But I had a privilege of being handed over to some amazing leadership people in the organization who groomed me well on the strategic part of the business development and made me understand that how the stereotyping of management guys and technological guys is just a myth. But we all come together as a team to achieve the goals. And being an engineer, I started seeing a long path for development of the organization as a big picture, rather than seeing a small engineering project as a successful parameter for me or the organization. This way, I was exposed to different skill development opportunities such as team handling, cross-functional team management, negotiation skills, and also about how to uh, negotiate a situation with the customer, because that becomes very crucial when
Yes.
you are in a business management role. Uh, so, but when you will go through my profile on, if many of you may try to search me on LinkedIn, you'll find that after this corporate role, I ended up in doing masters in regulatory governance from Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. And this is a question which I get more often, that how an engineer with business role is landing up in a social science college. So I was very fortunate to get introduced to few people who were alumni of this Mumbai and who could introduce me to few courses there. And I was being part of business development role. What I also found that policies play a very crucial role in developing a market in a country or in a region. For example, if you talk about defense procurement policy, the offsets being set by the government, when you buy a entity from an OEM abroad, mandates them to manufacture certain portion of the aircraft or the defense entities in India. So that creates a business or a model in India for that sector. This made me more interest towards policies and to understand how policies can be regulated to make a sector more strong rather than making it crash with over-regulation. So this is why I chose regulatory governance in TIS Mumbai to pursue this course for next 2 years. And during that course, it was a life-changing moment for me to be part of a batch which was a diverse and people from different demography presenting their societies were part of my class. So, and what I suggest is at least everyone should do at least 6 months or 1 year of course in a social science college on campus, because it really gives you a big picture view of what society is all about. It is completely different from an engineering college, being it premier or non-premier, but it will give you a different clarity of your approach when you build solutions for the society altogether. Similarly, when I graduated from there, I was at the entry of pandemic COVID-19 when our batch was graduating, and the placements was not going that well in that time due to COVID-19 pandemic and also several other market regions. So, but we were trying offline, and I landed up job with non-profit organizations, which is working towards making the democracy more transparent in India. This gave me an opportunity to work very closely with state legislators as well as member of parliaments, where I were advising them key developments at national level about policies into healthcare, education, power sector, and mining. So these four sectors were part of my portfolios that during that stint. Uh, but when I was part of that, I found that the career in public policy is little stunted. You can find a job, but you will be very lucky if you are able to make a career. I may be wrong, but this was my perspective when I saw my career 5 years or 10 years down the line. So I thought I am already into public policy space. I have honed the skills. Why not to apply it to corporate sector and go back there and see how I can bring technology and advancements more close to the society. So this way, I thought of going back to one of the sectors which was branching out from my healthcare portfolio, that was Medtech. Now, in my current portfolio, I take care of business development for key Medtech OEMs, where we provide engineering R&D solutions to them. For example, if you must have seen an insulin pen, which
Yes.
is used to take insulin in your hand.
Yes.
So one of the applications of MedTech would be maybe at when you are busy in your life, you may forget to take insulin, or you may not know whether you have taken or not in a during a travel or not. You may not know about what is the stock in your insulin uh, stock, or you may, if you are asthmatic, you may not know how much pumps are left in your asthma bottle because it's not transparent often. So we may try to make them smarter enough. How many pumps are you taking? How many insulins you are taking? What was your history? And you don't need to go to your doctor. The doctor can just see that on the app, and he can advise you on the telemedicine consultation and all. So this is what medtech is going to be in future. And with rise of 5G like technologies, robotics, and Gen AI, I think these are the three big bets in medtech. Because obviously medtech is going to be 500 billion plus market by 2030, which is growing at a CAGR of more than 6%. So medtech is one of the big bets that every country should uh, bet on, considering the critical phases that we went through during COVID-19.
Could you explain the three again, each one by one, the three things that you think are the key components of medtech? Let's discuss each one of them.
So in medtech, let's begin with robotics. If you see a doctor during a surgery, they may have to do like over 10 or 20 surgeries in a day. And do you think that the efficiency of the doctor for the first surgery is similar to the last one? Because he is also a human, he is getting tired. The focus level needed for each critical surgery is very high. So this may land up into certain human errors, or this may land up into a long queue for doctors to attend the patients. So what we see as future is robotic assisted surgery system. That is something, when coupled with 5G, will enable you to do a surgery from India in US or vice versa. Because a doctor will be very comfortably sitting on a console, operating the arms in the surgery room, and the surgery will be being done by the robotic arms. So these technologies such as 5G is coupled with robotics. Again, AI is coupled with robotics, because when you go for a surgery, there is certain flow. Just to make you understand, for example, if you make an iPhone, it comes like an aluminum block maybe. That aluminum block may be converted into a phone shell case. Then different hardwares or chipsets are fitted into it, and a complete product is out. So it's a workflow. Similarly, when a surgery is performed, there is a workflow where the incision will be done, which anesthesia to be what to be given to the patient, how much will be the quantity. So this workflow is created. So creation of this workflow can be very much automated and made efficient by using AI. So again, all these three brought together can be a very promising solutions for surgeries and to patients at countries where they need to travel to better developed countries to get access to good healthcare.
So where is it going in India, this robotic assisted surgery? Do you have any examples to tell us?
I know some of the companies which I could not name here, which are providing
Okay.
robotic surgery systems, and many of the hospitals, specialized hospitals, are opting for them. And still, these are still on rise, because when you see a technology, when it emerges, the cost is very high. And as you go with economies of scale, the cost goes down. So when we start uh, adapting much more to robotic with 5G and AI being accessible, I think these are going to be more affordable for the patients in coming times.
Okay. Now, any particular kind of surgeries that we are starting with?
Uh, it can be any, uh, not a particular type of surgery I could name right now, but it can be any open body surgery. If where even a small incision is done, like you could have seen many videos on LinkedIn or on other social media platforms where companies advertise their robotic surgery system being used to just seal up the conch shells or egg shells. So this is to show that how minute details can be taken care by robotics in the surgery workflow.
Yeah.
It's not that only human can do such minute and very critical type of procedures.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just try to simplify it by giving an example from another field? I mean, like in many countries, the metro trains, there is no driver, right?
Yes,
Metro trains are run by a central control, right?
correct.
Right. And even on the planes, that when we travel, only the pilot is doing takeoff and landing.
Correct.
After that, you put it on autopilot and
Correct.
the computer actually flies the plane, and perhaps the computer will also have AI in it. And so that's what will happen. So maybe it's the surgery. Yes, there is a doctor, but the doctor is like the controller for the metro or the controller for um, the pilot controller. So on the critical parts, the doctor is there, but on the rest of it, this robotic part takes over. It says, "Okay, stitch this guy up." Okay. Now, I say, "Okay, it's done 1,000 times, so why don't you just do it?" Okay. I can see it, but I don't have to get tired. So I think it's a very welcome development of, I live in the US, so we do hear of robotic assisted surgery when you go and I haven't had any done, but I've had no surgery done, but I hear of it all frequently. That is robotic assisted. And sometimes it just means that, you are seeing the patient on a big screen, on a TV. You don't look at the patient, you look at the screen because everything is magnified, right?
Yes.
And then, you direct the robot arms to go in and do the specific thing instead of trying to look at this very narrow thing. You're seeing it magnified on a big screen, wide, clear picture, and that's how you do it. So I think it's good. I'm glad that you are in the forefront. Let's talk about the next element or the next scheme or the next field of medtech.
Okay. Yes. So as I said, one is robotics, other two are 5G and AI.
Uh-huh.
So there 5G is one of the complement technology for robotics as of now, which is enabling long distance surgeries, as I discussed just now with robotics. Coming to Gen AI is just making the processes more efficient and productive. Instead of spending like 5 minutes in a queue to get access to the doctor, you can get to doctor within 1 minute. And that has been seen in various use cases such as telemedicine, where you just enter up your data, that what is your weight, height, any there are any previous diseases or not, existing medication that you are taking, and you get a automated prescription out of that. Or if not, you can talk to a doctor. So
Yeah.
these are some of the key use cases for Gen AI, which is reducing your wait time and
Yeah.
increasing more accessibility to patients to healthcare.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
and where is India in all this, in these two?
So if you see, there have been certain schemes launched by Government of India in healthcare, where telemedicine was provided being as a free service to the consumers. And with many of the schemes coming up, where central government is focusing on primary healthcare services and sub-primary healthcare service centers being built up, I think these have very large potential and feasibility in India, because with a large population and a limited number of hospitals to access with distant places, I think making healthcare available on phone using AI is a very good use case.
Okay. And the last one, you have told me about 5G and AI,
Yes.
saying
Yes.
that, look, 5G is, of course, ability to go across
Correct.
distance,
Correct.
and
Yes.
AI is just a way to reduce the time.
Correct.
You can get advice very quickly because it's coming
Yes.
from a machine, right? The machine doesn't sleep, doesn't get tired, and doesn't sleep, so you can get the advice and the
Yes.
diagnosis.
But I would like to hear one thing, that when all these things come together, when you are giving your information for AI, one thing which will come as a challenge is your data security and data privacy.
Yes.
So I think India is already in path of developing a data protection bill, which
Yeah.
may address many of the challenges. But
Mhm.
it's very crucial to see how we are going to shape that bill as a legislator, as a country as a whole, so
Mhm.
that all the potential issues which may arise from the bill itself is addressed. Also, when you talk about regulations, these softwares are being also treated as a medical device. For example, there is, if you want to launch a same app, healthcare app in Europe, which is developed in USA, you will have to comply with different type of regulations and guidelines.
Yeah.
Uh, so, for example, European medical device regulations, and in US you have FDAs. So India has a very good opportunity to step up as a role model or as a leader for regulations of AI in medtech, which is still not being much developed at a universal level, because most of the regulations which regulate AI in medical devices are currently based on pre-existing regulations such as ISO regulations or
Yeah,
risk management regulations like that. But
yeah.
there is no uniform regulations on AI being followed in any country. So I think this is an opportunity for India to step up, not only in terms of providing funding to the sector, but also in terms of building up models for others to follow.
Okay, all right. Well, how do you see your own future? I mean, you have this background which very few people have, right?
Yes,
And you have taken up a career which very few people have. So how do you see your future?
I see my future as a leader in medtech who is able to see long-term impact of different sectors coming together. Because as you say, I have seen very less people understanding business as well as societal impacts of that.
Yeah,
And you have seen many businesses being going down due to a small mistake, which is causing high negative social impacts. So me being an expert, I think I'll be able to solve challenges which cut across these cross sections. And me being part of medtech will give me an opportunity as well to contribute to make the technology and society from, by society I mean from different demographics, different economic backgrounds, all together more close to technology.
okay. And are you optimistic about all this, or how's your attitude, your opinion, feeling?
So medtech is, I think, third or fourth sector which I am working in, and this sector has given me much more confidence than all previous ones. So I am more than optimistic. I have confidence that yes, we can turn it around, and we are on the path.
Okay, wonderful. And you've already given some advice to young people, but let me come in and say that look, you're talking about Kalinga Institute, right, in
Yes,
Odisha? Yeah,
yes.
that's not a down place. It's a very good
Yeah, I know, I
institution.
know, I know.
Okay,
But
people don't know it, but I know it. It's a good place.
yes,
Did
correct,
you
I
go
know.
there? Did you go there by choice, or you happen to be a native of Odisha? How was it that you went there?
So I am born and brought up in Jharkhand, Dhanbad.
Yes,
So it's
yes,
an overnight journey to Bhubaneswar, the capital city
yes,
of Odisha.
yes.
So it was near my hometown, and it was a choice that we made, because
Okay.
mainly we try to stay near to our hometown when we go out first time out of our
Yeah.
home for higher educations.
Yeah, okay. No, okay, yeah, it is a very good place. There's just
Yes.
no question about it. Of course, uh, people in don't know much about Odisha overall.
Yeah,
They,
no, Odisha is a very beautiful place.
yeah,
Please visit. I think Rath Yatra is also coming up
yeah,
soon in Puri, where you can visit and see the iconic Rath Yatra which happens every year.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But I mean, I'm not surprised that people won't know because Odisha kind of doesn't come in the national news. They're not much writing. There's not much, any kind of major explosive news. But
yes,
I know it has been doing well steadily over the last years.
correct.
So good, you went there. You've given some advice to young people already, but can you just give some tips to young people?
So for tips to young people, I'd say listen to everyone, follow your own thing, because there is no one shot fits all. The advice which I may also give may not be a suitable one for you, because you have different background, different priorities, and different strategies to play at hand. But be very disciplined, because this is a tool which is being missed in many of the youngsters, which I find. So discipline is the key, what I advocate for. By discipline, I also mean discipline of time, discipline of ethics, all those disciplines. And I am very much as inspired by Indian Army. So it is a part and parcel of my life that to be disciplined on those terminologies. Also, I would like youngsters to understand that what they want to do in life, but you first explore. If you have that privilege, explore. Why I am calling it as a privilege, because everybody may not have that privilege to cut across different sectors, switch anytime in their life. Because often when you cut across on the sectors, you may take a hit on your financials or your economic balance. So what you want to do, you think of it, design your own path, but be dedicated to that and keep exploring, because that is what expose you to more challenges, which will make you more uh, like strong towards challenges and creative to make solutions for the challenges. So this is a tip which I would like to give to the youngsters.
Okay, so now you are in Mumbai, right? Or where are
So
you?
I am based out of Bangalore right
Oh,
now.
you're based out of Bangalore, because that's where the technical people are, right?
Yes.
Right. Mumbai, the money is there, but you can go to Mumbai and get the money, but you need to be where the technical people are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And if the Hyderabad, Pune, they don't have the same. I mean, we have the pharma people in Pune, they.
Yeah, no, Hyderabad and Pune is also one of the great hubs for technology, which is not behind Bangalore, but they are in the race with Bangalore to become the key technical hubs of India. And we also, the organization which I work with has also got branches in these two cities. And we have a big team working on different type of industries, not only medtech, but electric vehicles, as well as aerospace, defense, all those things.
Okay, all right. Anything else you want to add here?
No, that's it. Just keep learning, keep exploring, and keep growing.
All right, good. Then let's end it here today.
Sure.
Let's say bye to the viewers. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye till then. Bye, everybody.